And we're back with another 90 Seconds Plus with Invercargill City Mayor, Nobby Clark. G'day, Nobby.
Yeah, g'day, Mike. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. So, hey, it was a busy Māori food festival at the weekend.
It was great. I was there for 4 hours. I think in the first 4 hours I had about 4,500 people through.
Yep.
So that was really great. The biggest and best I've seen so far. So want to do a little bit more in that space shortly. I said to the organisers, look, why do you only do it once a year? Why don't you take your food carts, which are really interesting, relatively cheap food, down into S Street once every 3 or 4 weeks, especially over summer, and have a weekend there where you can sell your wares and put a bit of life into the inner city as well. So they seem to be quite up for that. So I'll keep plugging on with that.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
So it's a really good event. It's a good food, mixture of great people, entertainment.
Yep.
And the weather held as well, so it was actually a really good day, all up really. And then on Sunday there was another good little community event, the Southern Steam Trust. They were showing their plans to reinvent an engine and have a train running eventually, trips to Bluff.
Wouldn't that be great?
That would be great. So yeah, pretty exciting stuff to follow that story as it folds out.
It would be remiss of me not to let Karen off the hook on this lovely show, because I've always bagged her off by having 40 pairs of shoes, but I've got a counsellor, and I won't mention who she is, but she's got somewhere between 100 and 300 pairs of shoes, depending on how fast her partner can throw them away. So yeah, let her off the hook and say maybe it's not so bad as it.
Oh, there we are. Gives me a Karen a break.
Yeah.
Break this week for a change.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We seem to be experiencing, it's New Zealand wide, but certainly Southland wide or Invercargill wide, a bit of a crime wave. So can you update us on the CCTV, where we're at with that?
Yeah, I'm not sure we've got the crime wave.
Yeah.
We've got some tagging around the city, which is not good. And so I've had a few retailers approach me about that. But we do have a project to put CCTV in. We'd like it to be in the CBD itself, Windsor, South City, potentially in Bluff as well, with some other cameras covering the arterial streets that come in and out of the city that have licence recognition on them, so that the police can actually trace the cars by their numbers.
Yep.
That's a little bit more expensive, but it's a staggered approach. Our first starting point is the CBD. We want people to feel safe when they're mingling in there, and the retailers also not being open to any sort of abuse around theft and other things. So that's the first port of it, but it will be a staggered thing.
Yep.
It's probably about $1 million worth of project. The issue's not the cameras. Cameras are relatively cheap to put in.
Yep.
It's the technology that sits behind it, and also getting right the issue of democratic rights. So, you know, some people don't like themselves to be traced, so who would have access to the cameras or the recordings? So at the moment it's the police. Yep. And we would jump in there if we needed to get some footage if we need it, but it's primarily a crime prevention thing. Yep. It's not to track people running around town or anything like that. Right. But there are issues around that access issue. But you know, it's progressing well. So towards the end of the year we should have it all wrapped up on a CD.
And then one other topic would be just an update on the cyclone Gabriel.
Yes, I can't determine how much money's gone in. I keep promoting people to put in. Yep. Karen and I think we did the what I suggested before. We just put in $20 a week for 10 weeks, and we just keep repeating that in each week. That just helps out. I mean, it's very easy to sit back and know that Lotto's put in about $12 million. Last weekend they had a big injection, but look, that's nowhere near enough. And the Mayoral Funds, which is what we're contributing to, does help. Nice that we've got Minister Kerry Allen down in the next couple of days. She's from that part of the Hawke's Bay as well. Right. So she'll probably be pleased that we're doing what we're doing. Yeah, and we just need to keep trickling the money in for them.
And you had a generous offer from a local business about an Airbnb stay. Was it a night stay? Was it?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Jade and Carla, they operate South Stays, which is a cluster of 4 Airbnbs out around the rivers in Colac Bay area. Oh, yeah. They've advised through me through to Gisborne, if there's any families that are really struggling that need a break, they'll put them up for a few days. Come south, put them up, let them have a break away from what they're dealing with. So I thought that was a really generous offer.
Yeah, that's a really good generous offer there from, was it Jade and Carla? Yep. Yeah, so thanks guys, thanks for that. Well, there we go, another exciting episode of 90 Seconds Plus with Invercargill City Mayor. Until next week, see you later.